Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home. We'll talk about Huda. We'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home.
It's 8:30 in Nigeria, 9:30 here in Cairo, and I think it's 11:30 in the Gulf. But you guys better know what time it is because it's time for Viewers Pulse. I've memorized the times in many countries, but if I forgot your country, give me a call and I can relate to the viewers what time it is there. I'm not sure what time it is in North and South America or in the Far East or in India and Pakistan and Bangladesh as well. So give me a call, you guys, at 002-0238. 555-248 or 9 and tell me what time it is right now in your country. That's 002-0238 555-248 or 9. One more time because I talk really fast. Let me slow down. 002-0238 555-248 or 9. Of course, let me give you all the regular contact information before we start get going here. How about the email, pulse@huda.tv. You guys give me an email. I respond to you personally, inshallah. But please save the Fatawa questions for Dr. Muhammad Salah. My email is pulse@huda.tv. Of course, Dr. Salah's email is ask@huda.tv. Of course, those Fatawa questions will go to Dr. Salah, not me. Facebook as well. Remember to support Huda TV on Facebook, facebook.com/huda.tv. That's the main page for the whole channel. But don't forget, each individual program has a Facebook page as well where you can interact personally with the host, give your feedback as far as what programs you'd like to see, what topics you would like to see, what guests you would like to see, etc., etc. So support us on Facebook, like and share. Don't forget Skype, Huda_TV, and we put the Skype up there in order for you guys to participate free of charge and via video call as well. So it's a free and fun and easy way to get yourself on the screen here and get your feedback and give us your contributions as well. Back to Facebook really quickly, you guys. Remember, like and share the page because we kind of judge how things are going by the amount of likes we have and shares and comments. So definitely give us your feedback by posting comments, sending messages, and liking and sharing the page with your Muslim and non-Muslim friends as well. You guys, I don't want this episode to meet. First of all, I want this episode, I want to keep running, still talking about Hajj. I want to talk about Hajj a little bit more. You guys know what we just came back from Hajj. We're still feeling great from that. So I want you guys to call in and tell me your Hajj story, your personal experiences in Hajj. As you know, Huda TV, we sent 4 people to cover Hajj. I was blessed and honored to be one of them. We really had a great time. I really want to thank all my Hajj mates, by the way, Mr. Ahmed Salah Fahmy, the regional director of the channel, as well as our director Mahmoud Atta, and our other production manager, Ahmed Sopi. We had a great time. I also first of all, I should thank Allah Azza wa Jal for giving us the opportunity to be healthy and to perform and cover Hajj. Second of all, the channel. Third of all, the Hajj mates. And actually, another big thank you goes out to you guys at home. That's right, because we launched Share the Reward 1 and Share the Reward 2. That's right, 1 and 2. And we called on you guys to give us a generous contribution, financially that is, to help the channel support and grow, and to create a whole list of new Ramadan programs, as well as better Hajj coverage. So I want to thank you guys for that, because you guys also made it possible. Having said that, I want you guys to briefly, while I'm waiting for your calls, because this program is about you guys, and I want you guys to call in and share your Hajj experience, because it's a really touching one. I want you guys to share your feelings during Hajj, when you perform Hajj, who you performed Hajj with your highlights, the peak of your Hajj, what year you performed it. So give me a call and tell me about your Hajj story. While I wait for your calls, I want to tell you guys a little bit about the programs that we recorded during this last Hajj, because we did a lot, alhamdulillah. We were able to accomplish a lot by the grace of Allah, by the hard work of the Hajj mates, and by the cooperation and hard work of the KSA government in particular. I should speak about the Ministry of Culture and Information, because really, wallahi, they did a great job hosting us. They really treated us really, really well. Before I speak more about the Ministry of Culture and Information in the KSA, I want you guys to check out this report. Brother Rafi Abdul Malik hit the streets here in the Middle East, and he asked people, what does Hajj mean to you? So we're still going with this Hajj theme, you guys, so check out this report and stay tuned to Viewers Pulse.
So sacrifice means to me to submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and leave all the haram things in my life, and also to sacrifice from my wealth and from my time, from my all deeds for the sake of Allah.
Sacrifice may mean to me that I try to advise people and give something good for people just for Allah. Yes.
Sacrifice is stop something that I really love or something that I want to do. You know, you can not be smoking or not be doing zina, but you're not interested in it. But when you really stop something that you feel like doing for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is a real sacrifice.
For me, sacrifice means, just yesterday I was talking to a brother about a story when Prophet Muhammad got his first revelation. He went to the priest to ask him about what just happened, because he was like a scholar, this priest. And this priest told him, I just wish I would be young, and I wish I would be there when your own tribes rejects you. And when the priest told that to the Prophet Muhammad, he implied what? He implied he would like to suffer with the Prophet. Not because he loves suffering, not because he has strange ideas of, okay, I like suffering. No, it's because he knows the value of suffering and giving something for Allah. And this means, for me, giving something to Allah. And giving something to Allah means that every single thing I do needs to be reflected and needs to be done for Allah. Because in that lies the value of time and of my life.
Sacrifice is something that you give up, something that you love very much, and you give it up for the sake of Allah or for the sake of that specific thing. You give it up, you sacrifice it, you leave it for the sake of something. In our case, in Islam, we sacrifice for the sake of Allah.
The word sacrifice to me personally means and in giving all one's life and what is valuable to one personally to Almighty Allah.
When I hear the word sacrifice, I think of giving up something that is beloved to you. You know, we will only sacrifice, we had to sacrifice our free time for work, we had to sacrifice, the things that we want to do for the things that we need to do. Whenever you give up something for your pleasure.
Sacrifice obviously means giving up those things that we might enjoy or we might be attached to for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we know that when you give up something for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will obviously give you something better in this life and the next, bi'idhnillah.
Sacrifice means more to me as an investment. A lot of times the word sacrifice denotes losing something, giving up something. If you give a certain amount of money, or if you give your energy or your wealth or so on and so forth, you're kind of losing that money. But in the sense of sacrificing for Allah, this is actually the greatest investment. Rather, we are gaining. Whatever we give in this world, this doesn't diminish. Rather, we see it given to us in multitudes in the hereafter. So sacrifice to me is really investing, really putting in and sowing the seed so that we can reap the fruits in the hereafter.
Well, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed that report. People were asked about Hajj, what it means to them. They were speaking about the theme of sacrifice. We certainly appreciate that report and those young men giving us their thoughts. And I want you guys to call in and give me your thoughts and feedback concerning Hajj as well. And speaking of phone calls, we have Sister Asiya from the KSA on the line. Assalamu alaikum, sister. Thank you for calling. Go ahead.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullahi barakatuhu. Hajj Mabrur, brother.
Thank you so much.
It was very nice to see the coverage of Hajj. Jazakallah khair for the whole Huda team for presenting the Hajj step by step, live from Mina, from Arafat. So, Alhamdulillah.
It was
Thank
you so much.
To see y'all. Yes, I have two requests. One is that it was very nice to see Sheikh making dua in Arafat. We just wanted to see that again and again, so that we can learn the manners, the right manners of how to make dua. And my another request is that how is Sheikh Mutasim? Please give a salam from my family to him. We really miss his live program. We don't know where he is. May Allah bless him and guide him wherever he is. We want the live program of Sheikh Mutasim. Jazakallah.
Well, Jazakallah, thank you so much for your kind words, sister, and I certainly hope Allah will grant you the opportunity to perform Hajj soon if you have not done so yet. As far as your second question, I believe you said Sheikh Mu'tasim Al-Hamidi. I believe he is still in contact with the channel. He's a fan favorite and still on very good terms with us. However, I believe his career has taken him overseas. I'm not sure, but I will definitely put that request into the administration to bring him back, inshallah. I know there were some efforts to bring him back, I think, during Ramadan, inshallah, but he was busy. Perhaps in the near future, inshallah. As far as the first question about supplications, perhaps we can ask Dr. Salah, one of the respected scholars here, to perhaps make a program about the etiquettes and proper way to make dua. That could be an excellent idea for a show, or at least to address it a little bit on Ask Hood, inshallah. I'll pass that along to him, inshallah. Back to what I was saying before the video, just really briefly about the KSA government. Really, nobody is paying me or telling me to say this, but really, I was really impressed with the way that the KSA government in general handled the Hajj, meaning the soldiers deployed on the streets and police officers and even the Boy Scouts, how they handled the pedestrian traffic, the regular traffic, how they dealt with the pilgrims with patience, because really, quite honestly, it takes some patience. I mean, back home in the States, people, they organize a Super Bowl and they think this is a great feat. Imagine organizing 4 or 5 million people, all these people descending on the same place at the same time, performing the same rites, having to be at the same places on the 8th of Dhul Hijjah in Mina, followed by Arafat on the 9th. On the 10th back to Mina, and after that for a couple of days after the Jamarat, going back to Mecca for the Tawaf. Imagine trying to organize a mass movement of these people. So having said that, they did a great job in general. Specifically, as you know, Huda TV was hosted by the Ministry of the KSA Ministry of Culture and Information, and they provided us all the equipment and services that we needed in order to do the best job we could covering Hajj. It was truly amazing. They were great hosts. I hope to be back there next year, inshallah, to do it all over again. We had great facilities. We were able to, give you guys the reports that you saw on the Hajj Day-to-Day program live here in Cairo. The brothers in Cairo, perhaps even, having said that, the brothers in Cairo in the department upstairs and the host down here, they did a lot of work, coordinating guests. It's hard to get people at these Hajj days. People are traveling, people are seeing their families, but they worked hard to bring you guys the best coverage for Hajj that they could. We certainly hope it was improved from previous years, and we hope next year will be even better, inshallah. Having said that, I want to give you guys a brief list of the programs accomplished, because you guys help sponsor these programs through your contributions on Share the Reward 1 and 2. The first program I want to talk about, I mentioned briefly at last episode, was the history of Medina, or the monuments of Medina. We haven't named it yet. But what this program features is Dr. Muhammad Saeed around Medina, giving a historical lesson and in a sort of biography of the Prophet, peace be upon him, at these locations, on-site locations. It was really nice. As you know, Dr. Muhammad Saeed was formerly the host of the Prophet Teaches. He's a prominent hadith scholar from Al-Azhar University. He is now at the University of Medina, I believe. So we caught up with him over there, and we went to the following masajid, mosques: Masjid Quba, Masjid Qiblatain, Masjid Nabawi, of course, Masjid Sabah, which was a really interesting masjid. If you want to know more about it, you have to watch the show. I hope we air it soon. Of course, that was done, by the grace of Allah, with our hard work and with your financial contributions. So thank you guys. Dr. Saeed also did a brief program. These programs, by the way, were 13 episodes and by 13 minutes. And by the way, of course, we have to thank the KSA government and the Ministry there of Culture and Information. Why? Because every masjid, every mosque we visited, it took organization, it took patience, it took Saudi government staff to organize it for us, to partition a quiet space for us, to direct pedestrian traffic away from us, to write the permission, to arrange for a driver, to do all these things. It took a lot of work. So for every minute, every production minute you see on the screen went hours behind that. Hours of work, hours of office work, hours of phone calls, all this stuff. It took a lot of work and cooperation from all the parties involved, so we're certainly very grateful for them. We also got to do a really, really fun program. I'm going to have my brother, my good friend, the project supervisor of Ramadan's Pulse, as well as Memories of Haramain, Muhammad Tayal. And by the way, Memories of Haramain, I certainly hope you guys watched it yesterday, last night. Inshallah, we will rerun it again because of popular demand. An excellent program, perhaps the best of its kind on Huda TV thus far, which featured all your favorite Huda TV personalities and scholars speaking about their memories in the two sacred places, Memories of the Haramain. Get on Facebook if you want to see it again, inshallah. We will air it soon, and we will broadcast that time on Facebook. But going back to what I'm saying, Hajj story. I had, mashallah, it was a really wonderful experience, really well. I had a great time. It was my first time performing Hajj. We had the camera with us, so I said, look guys, as long as we have the camera with us, let's photograph, let's record the Hajj as it, well, I'll get back to my thoughts now. Let me go ahead and take this phone call. Sister from Nigeria. Assalamu alaikum, sister. Thank you for calling. Algeria, excuse me. Go ahead, sister.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Thank you so much for calling. Go right ahead.
brother, Hajj Mabrur, inshallah.
Ameen, thank you so much. I certainly appreciate your kind words. Go ahead, sister.
I would like to thank Huda TV for the excellent coverage of Hajj. Yes, and I think that Hajj is more than a global conference. You have seen the different nationalities, different colors, different people from all around the world, and this doesn't happen in any religion. So we are very proud of being Muslims.
I couldn't.
Yes.
No, go ahead, sister. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, I hope, I wish all the best to Huda TV for covering Hajj and other.
Sister, I'm sorry that we dropped the call there, but I got the point. She's saying, why don't we emphasize Hajj coverage more? Because I can tell you, dear brothers and sisters, my experience before I entered Islam, Hajj coverage has a big effect on the non-Muslim mind, and that's why I believe they limit it in the West. I mean, CNN does a small report about it, but I remember year after year, it comes up once a year, and you see, oh, it's Hajj season. You see the pilgrims there. You see, like the sister said from Algeria, people from different races, different colors, all come together. It has a tremendous impact on the psyche of non-Muslim people and encourages people to accept Islam. So that's why I believe she is absolutely right. The Muslim media has to really emphasize this and spread the message of Hajj and do a better job covering Hajj and spread the images and photographs and videos of Hajj all around the world. And I believe, like I said, this is why certain Western governments perhaps limit the Hajj coverage, because they want to hide and conceal this fact, and that is during these beautiful days of Hajj, we have achieved something that no people have ever achieved on the face of this earth, no government has outside of Islamic civilizations, and that is true fraternity, brotherhood, equality, love, mercy, respect, mutual forgiveness, mercy between people, based on piety alone, and not based on ethnic background, linguistic heritage, furthermore, and so on, etc. So I certainly agree. Inshallah, I hope that Huda TV, I hope that we did our part this year, and I hope we continue to do so in the near future, inshallah. Of course, I wanted to go back to Hajj story. I was blessed to make Hajj, like I've been talking about, and we had the camera with us. We had Mahmoud Atta, our cameraman. So I said, hey, let's videotape this thing step by step. It'd be a beautiful memory for me, a beautiful souvenir, so to speak, of Hajj, and perhaps it will benefit the Muslim people first and the non-Muslim people second. Perhaps it could encourage somebody to accept Islam, and more importantly, hopefully it will be a good service to the Muslim community, help raise their iman, and provide some sort of happiness for them. So that's what we did. It's called Hajj Story. Muhammad Taz is going to take a look at it. We're going to put it together for you guys real soon, inshallah. It just really starts, our whole Hajj story, staying in Medina, relaxing in the tranquility, in the peace, and the happiness there, visiting the grave of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and just being there, visiting the mosques there, then beginning our trip to Mecca at the Miqat, performing Umrah, coming out of Ihram, waiting for the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, then the 8th comes, the 9th comes, Arafat, of course, the 10th, the Jamarat, of course, as well, all the way up to the Tawaf, and my final thoughts as well. So please stay tuned, you guys, to Hajj Story on Huda TV. I certainly hope that comes out soon, inshallah. You guys, we also caught up with a lot of other people, our regular but respected Shaykh, your favorite, Sheikh Shadi Suleiman from Australia. We were able to visit him. He had a camp of Australians with him, mashallah. He was their guide through Hajj. We were able to interview them as well. Sheikh Shadi gave us some Hajj reminders and tips, which was really beautiful. I hope you guys see that soon as well, inshallah. Of course, we caught up with Imam Karim Abu Zaid, the host of Building a Better Future, and many, many, many other great programs. It was great to see him. We got to record him, mashallah, in a really wonderful location with the Mosque of Mecca, the Grand Mosque in the background, so that was really nice. Of course, Dr. Muhammad Salah, we had a really nice time with him on the roof of one of the hotels in Medina, so we had a really nice picture with him in front of the Haram there. It was a really nice time, mashallah, and I certainly hope Allah grants you guys all the opportunity to make Hajj if you haven't done so yet. And before we close the program, I have to remind you guys too, many people think, let's go to, I'm from California. They say, let's go down to Mexico for a couple of weeks in the winter, or let's knock out a week in Hawaii, take the family over there, enjoy time on the beach, which is, whatever. Nothing wrong with taking a vacation, I suppose, right? But we put Hajj as a kind of on the back burner. We say, we'll do it before we get too old. Or, I have some money, but I don't want to spend it on Hajj now. But I'm telling you guys from this experience, after going to Hajj once, you don't want to go anywhere else again. So make it a priority in your life. While you're young, while you're fit, while you have your health. Because one lesson that has stuck with me after performing Hajj is I really forgot the blessing of just being healthy and being able to perform Hajj, I won't forget the time we were driving on Ibrahim El Khalil Street, right in front of the Grand Mosque, and I saw a man walking in he was in his ihram, and he had a huge, massive left foot, and I couldn't believe it was so big. I couldn't believe what sickness this man was suffering from, and they said this man has elephant's disease, and he's come to perform Hajj. There's countless people in wheelchairs, countless older folks. It's a struggle. Physically, it takes some effort. So you want to be able to enjoy it. And having said that, you should go while you're healthy and young, inshallah, in order for you to be able to perform the Hajj rites with relative ease. I shouldn't say relative ease, but easier than when you get older, inshallah. We also caught up with the president of ISNA, that is the Islamic Society of North America, Dr. Sadiq. That was a wonderful time. We got to get his thoughts and record a couple of episodes with him in front of the Haram as well, so we certainly hope you guys check out that soon. I want to read some emails. We do have a Skype call before I read the emails from the KSA. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Go ahead. Alaikum salam, brother. Go ahead. It's very clear. Go ahead.
I can't hear you clearly.
Oh, mashallah, I'm sorry, but I can hear you very clearly. So go ahead, please give us your thoughts.
Hello.
Alaikum salam, brother. I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead. I think we have a problem with the Skype. Perhaps we can reset that up and get him back on the line. I certainly appreciate.
Yes.
Yes, brother.
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me, brother? I believe the lines. I'm sorry, brother. Perhaps you can give us a call back, inshallah. While we're waiting for that call back, let me read Mustafa Saeed's Facebook message. Like I said, you guys get on Facebook and support us. Mustafa Saeed is from Egypt. He said, my brother, I was in Hajj this year, alhamdulillah. I was looking for you and Abu Hamza and Sheikh Yusuf Esses. I hope to meet you soon, inshallah. Sheikh Yusuf Esses was with us as well. It was a pleasure to see him. We had the opportunity to perform to do a couple of live shows from Mina. I certainly hope you guys caught those shows. They were really nice. They're on YouTube as well. It was really beautiful seeing there. I certainly hope Allah blesses everyone with the opportunity to make Hajj. I'm still waiting for you guys to call in to tell me your Hajj experience. What was the highlight or the climax of your Hajj? For me, I won't forget the moment. There's many beautiful moments in Hajj. For example, when you come out of your ihram, it feels beautiful. It feels like the moment that a fasting person, it feels as if you just broke your fast. So a moment of joy. The Jamarat was satisfying and special as well. But perhaps the most emotional, spiritual moment for me was as we were hosted by the Ministry of Culture and Information on Arafat Day. We had to walk up, they had two small towers. So we would climb these small towers in the morning and the afternoon in order to record a report to send back to the Cairo studio, in order to give you guys, the latest news regarding Hajj and what is going on there. So the first report we did early in the morning, just at sunrise, right behind Namara Mosque, and on one side, on the other side you could see Jabal Rahmah, the Mercy Mountain. So as the sun is coming up, and it's hot, my dear brothers and sisters, don't even though it's the end of October, don't forget it's already hot, it's very hot, and by sunrise you're already starting to feel it. It's getting hot. You see the people, there's so many people. You get up on that tower and you see so many people, and they're coming from all over the place, every direction, and they're just piling in more and more and more, and it doesn't stop, and it continues more and more and more, all these pilgrims. And when you think about what they're here for, it's really special. I mean, when you think about what they're doing, it's really amazing. When you think about what they spent their wealth and energy and effort for, it really touches your heart. I don't know really what else to say. Many people spend their money doing all sorts of things, but these people have come to repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I certainly hope that you guys can experience Arafat Day on that day, because we've heard Dr. Salah say many times, the noble place has met the noble time. And it really is an amazing feeling. You guys, having said that, stay tuned to Huda TV. Keep an eye out for Hajj Story. Keep an eye out for Memories of Haramain coming up again soon, inshallah. We'll broadcast the re-airing date on Facebook. Having said that, you guys, I look forward to seeing you next week. So until then, I leave you, inshallah. Until then, I leave you in the care of Allah. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We'll talk about Huda, we'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home. We'll talk about Huda, we'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home.